When you find yourself in a narcissistic relationship, there's so much that goes through your head, and maybe you're experiencing isolation or feel like you're alone, and maybe you're struggling to understand narcissism because, most of it doesn't make a lot of sense to rational human beings. I just want to let you know that you're not alone, that other people have gone through this, and I'd like to introduce you to one of them. His name's Daryl, and he reached out for support some time ago, and I was happy to help him with the tools and the guidance and support. Have a listen to what his experience was.
How you doing, guys? My name is Daryl Hill. I'm actually coming in from Annapolis, Maryland, and I came across Miles, saw a bunch of his online, materials, videos, his posts, and just kind of started resonating with me and some of the stories I was reading about. I'm actually a coach myself, and I've helped a lot of people out of a lot of different trauma situations, and the stuff he was sharing was coming at it from a different angle, and I'm very much wanted to have as many tools in my toolbox. And sometimes as a coach, you need somebody else to talk to, or, I wouldn't consider this therapy per se. A lot of people put a label on things, but it's really just having somebody to give you some different perspectives, some different tools to be able to use. And that's what I've been able to do with Miles is I signed up initially, we did a session together, and then that led to more sessions and led to me reaching out, forming more of a relationship with Miles. And he's ingenious at what he does. I benefited very much so. We did some, guided meditation work even, and some of the deeper work, and really helped me kind of discover some things I didn't know about myself, which is always interesting, right? When you learn things about yourself you didn't know, and by asking certain questions. So that was really some insight that I learned from working with Miles, and it really was a big impact in my life. Definitely had just gone through a pretty tough time in my life with a breakup, and he was able to kind of give me some perspective on some things, and see some things that maybe I couldn't actually see myself, and help also validate some of the feelings I was having and why I was actually having them. And that was actually really helpful. And I felt better after leaving the sessions with Miles. And sometimes I had some emergency 911 calls that I reached out to him on. And he was very flexible and helped me get in on a schedule and stuff like that. So he's a very caring, giving person. And that was kind of a cool thing to learn more about Miles and what he does and what he's capable of doing, working with people. And I've enjoyed working with Miles, my time I've had with him, and I believe you will too. And it's something that you'll definitely, remember and look back on, just like I have, is, hey, these are more tools in my toolbox that I'm using now in my life, and help you from possibly making the same mistakes that you've made over and over again in your life. So that's another big thing too, is when you can recognize these patterns, you can break the patterns.